Morning, Coach.
Morning,
Last
Mark.
night that you moved Vitaly up because you liked what you saw out of him. In this small sample size, the thing that stands out, at least to me, is the confidence level of this kid. A lot of kids have broken under you since you've been here. What have you noticed in his confidence level since the bubble, and how much of that was working out in the bubble and then a season in the KHL?
Yeah, I think when you experience what he's gone through since he's been drafted, I think you just mentally feel a little bit more prepared for the National Hockey League, and I certainly think that his bubble experience helped him step in to this situation and feel good about himself and feel good about what he's capable of doing. So, when you have success at a high level, when you get here, you get a better chance of playing with a little bit of confidence. I think that's what's happened to him.
Morning, David.
Morning, Mike.
Aside from Georgie and Ned tonight, any lineup changes you'd be willing to share?
Don't think so as of right now, yeah.
Hey, David. Good morning.
Morning.
I was wondering if you're going to move Kravtsov up there at the start of the game to move him up in the lineup since you did like it yesterday, or is it a tough balancing act there because you got another guy, Colin Blackwell, who's got 11 goals?
Yeah, it is a balancing act. Again, we're still talking about our lineup right now, so we'll see. I mean, we'll see what the final decision is, but those are two good options to have to put on that line.
Dave, what did you see from Bret Howden? And, you say you're not probably going to make any changes. The guy missed a bunch of games with COVID, got in last night, and you're keeping him in on the second night of a back-to-back. So what did you do last night that you liked so much about him?
I thought he played a smart game. I thought he was active. I thought he did a good job on the forecheck. I thought, him and Rooney, whoever we put with him, that line was pretty good, whether it be Blackwell or Krabby or Buchnevich, So, I mean, those two guys had good nights.
Hey, Dave, I wanted to follow up on Blackwell. It seems that regardless of who you put him with, the guy is able to find ways to, just be effective, and it doesn't really matter. What did you know about him before you got him or when you got him? And did you know that he was versatile in that sense, that he could be moved up and down the way he has been?
Yeah, I knew he was a guy that worked hard and had some skill to complement. And I knew, it was too bad for him at Harvard. He got hurt a lot at Harvard, so he had a tough college career. I thought he could have been one of the best college players in the country if he was able to stay healthy. And obviously his pro career, it's a little bit been up and down, more on the American League side. But we thought we signed a guy that had a chance to play here, and he's made the most of his opportunity. And like you said, I mean, whatever line we put him on last night, good things were happening. So. I'm just really happy for him because, guys like him that, fight and scratch and claw for their opportunity, it's nice to see someone get rewarded when they do get the opportunity and take advantage of it.
When you have a game like last night where you're not able or whatever, you're not able to meet the challenge of the way Pittsburgh's trying to force you to play, does it make it a little bit easier for you to today reset their approach? I mean, can you then point to examples in the game and say, well, listen, this isn't going to work against the Islanders because we all know how the Islanders are.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Larry, sometimes the greatest teacher is failure, and sometimes it's the only teacher. And, you can talk about it, they can do it from time to time, but sometimes you've got to feel pain to your core and you've got to really suffer before you learn a valuable lesson. And, the good news for us is we have bounce backs from games like this when our backs have been against the wall, coming off a game like we had last night. Our track record's been pretty good this year. We've usually played our best hockey in this situation. And, we've always had great games with the Islanders. I know our guys are excited about playing. And but to your point, you can coach it, talk about it. Some guys learn that way, but a lot of people learn when they really suffer and fail. So it does give you an opportunity to reset because I think we've gotten away from, everybody talked about how much different we were defensively the first 2 months of the season. And I think we've gotten away from that. I think the more goals we've scored lately, I think we've abandoned our defensive responsibility. And if we're going to make a run at this, we've got to get that back in our game more consistently because we score without trying. I shouldn't say without trying. We don't have to think about scoring. We've got guys that got some talent that can do it. The stuff that we've got to pay attention to in our game, that's something you got to prepare for mentally because I don't know. I just think at every level, those are things players usually have to prepare for and create a mindset for. whereas the scoring stuff and the skill stuff is just talent driven. So it will give us an opportunity to kind of reset, to remind these guys what we're going to have to do to have success moving forward.
Dave, when you have a goalie like Alex, who has the numbers that he has against the Islanders, do you look for technical reasons why he has those numbers against this one particular matchup, or do you just kind of accept it for what it is? I mean, like, at what point as a head coach do you have to buy into, like, listen, I can't explain it, but it just is what it is, and I'm going to roll with it?
Yeah, as a head coach, I just accept it. You know, he's a guy that's done well against the Islanders, and you know, I'm not, you know, the only thing I know about goalies is whether they stop it or not. So he stops it, seems to stop him more than he doesn't against the Islanders. So that's the only thing that I know.